Hi, my name is Rick Stevens from Pemari Consulting. Welcome to this particular video, which is all about our product on data validation. So what's this all about? Well, normally what happens when you do data validation, you tend to write a series of portlets, or maybe one portlet with a series of unioned queries in there, just so that you can capture all of the different failures that could happen on projects or resources, etc. So what we do is we turn that paradigm on its head, and because of the ease of maintenance of that particular query, what you want to be able to do is to be able to add and retire rules on the fly. So what this product does is allows you to define any number of rules within a particular rule engine, run this on a continual basis, so maybe every half an hour or every hour, or even once a day, once a week. It's all done via a job anyway, so you can schedule it however you want to, so that then you can start processing rules and basically directing it to the people that actually matter, which are the managers, so the investment managers or the resource managers. So you can see on the screen at the moment you've just got a number of summary portlets here. So you've got the number of types of errors, by the OBS, so by the different nodes in the OBS, by the different types, so you can have ideas, projects, applications, assets, services for the different investments, and also resource types of errors as well. So and that includes user sort of errors, so maybe they're not in a particular group for security, etc. So you can see the ones that we've set up on the demonstration here. You've got some investment ones which are no forecast plan of record, so that's against the projects. These ones are against the ideas, so there's an approved idea that's not been converted to a project. Resources in more than one team, well, obviously that does happen in Clarity, but this is just for demonstration purposes. And this is a particular security one, so this is not in the on the worker group. And all of these names are predefined. They're sort of they can be whatever you want to call them. And when I demonstrate how you set up the rules later on, then you'll see where these names actually come from. So let's just dig into this just a little bit more. So within the investment errors tab, this is a portlet which shows all of the investments. So these are projects and ideas in this particular instance. That has actually failed validation. So you can see that it's got the investment ID and the name, the particular rule that's actually failed, and let's just open up this, and you can see that you can actually you can filter this by different types, so OBS, manager, the investment object type, so whether it's idea or project, the status, so just have a look at the status there. And you can see this open, ignored, reopened and closed. So the ignored status is quite an interesting one. That is if, for instance, you've got a rule that you actually say, well, I just want to temporarily ignore this, or until it's changed a particular value, or maybe just ignore it for, say, a week or 2 weeks, because there's more pressing errors. So there's ones with higher priority, or I want to ignore it sort of permanently. And you may want to ignore it permanently because it doesn't actually affect that particular project. And that is defined on the rule itself, so whether or not you can actually allow permanent ignores on there. Okay, so and also the rule as well that you can filter on. So you can see all the information. So you've got the manager of the investments, you've got the priority that I mentioned, and these are all definable by the users as well. And particular investment fields as well that you can add on there. So because it's all sort of custom SQL, you can include any fields that you want from the investment onto the rules themselves as well. And then you've got these couple of links down here. So you can see you've got the update errors, and this will show you all of the particular errors for a particular type of investment, and also the fixed item. So if we just click on the fix item, and you can see that it then hyperlinks directly into the investment itself. So you can see that you can then convert this one because that's what that particular error was. Okay. So then if we go into the resource errors tab, And let's just have a look at these. And we just show all of those. And then again, you've got some similar types of filters on here. So you've got the OBS, the resource manager in this case now, ignore type, priority status, and rule again. And you can see that there's a few sort of errors on here for the resources in more than one team, and also the security group, so not in a worker group. And then you can go in and fix that particular item, and again that will just hyperlink straight into the group, and then you can just add that person into the group from there. So you can see that it's quite easy to use. It actually links directly into the errors. It can focus all of the errors as well for a particular manager, or maybe a particular part of the organization as well. So however your organization is done, maybe by departments. So how do these rules actually get set up? So let's have a look at that. So you can see you've got this validation rules, and in here we've got 4 validation rules, and these are what the values were from the lookups. So you've got the approved ID not converted to project, no forecast plan of record, and let's just have a look how that's actually set up. So within there you've got the name, the description, a priority, user definable, you can define those however you want to. The object type, so what this actually refers to. So this is a project, idea, other work or resource. These team and rule groups, these are for filtering, so you can define those however you want. So if you wanted, for instance, to have specific teams to fix specific rules, then you could define those within that lookup, and then this will then get copied over onto the rule instance on the investment or the resource, so that then they can actually filter on those so that they fix those particular rules. And similarly for the groups as well, so you could have different types of rules as well, or groups of rules. The active indicator here, so if you've got rules which need to be inactivated because they're no longer relevant to your particular company, then you can set them inactive, and what that will do, it will close all of the rule instances that have been created for that particular rule as well. So that disappears off everybody's queues. So for a particular manager, they don't no longer see them for their projects or for their applications, etc. So that's quite a useful feature. You've also got the allow the permanent ignore. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So if you wanted to ignore it permanently, a particular rule, then by setting this at the rule level, that then means that when the process runs, it says, okay, they've actually set it to ignore it permanently, I'll allow that. Otherwise, what it will do if this is unticked is that it will just reopen the rule again. So if they've actually said ignore it permanently, it will just reopen. And if people have set a lot of the ignores on their investments and resources, then what you can do from an administrator's perspective is to actually tick the expire ignores, and by doing that, that will then kick off a process which will then open up all of the records again that have been ignored. And this is where everything happens in terms of the SQL. So you say what ID. So this is a project type of rule. So this is the ID, what the failed value is. So you can actually specify what that is in terms of the SQL, and then the link. And this link is very important because this is where it will hyperlink to fix the particular error that this rule applies to. So this is going to go to the cost plans in terms of the link for the ID of whatever has actually failed, and then all of this part underneath here, this is actually all of the rule itself. So you can see what this one is actually doing is actually selecting from the investments for a particular project type where there is no plan of record for it. Okay, and as I said before, to actually run all of this this particular information, you will actually run a job. So you can see under the reports and jobs that there is a data validation job. So you can schedule this however you want to. Okay, and that just about wraps it up really. I mean, if you've got any other questions on data validation, please go to our website, pemari.com. And if you want to contact me, then please do. My name's Rick Stevens, and thank you very much for watching today, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.